Okay, good morning. Welcome to my online video presentation. Today, I would like to present my presentation entitled A Multimodal Discourse Analysis of Public Services Advertisements. Before I continue my presentation, I would like to introduce myself. My name is RIANA Purnama. I'm certificate of English Education Department, Galuh University, and I'm from 3C. Okay, my presentation divided into three main points. The first is introduction, second is review of literature, and the third is methodology. Let's move on to introduction. About background of the study. As a social creature, human cannot live alone. Man lives in social life and always needs others to survive. Therefore, language takes an important part in human's life. It has a role as tool of communication, which makes humans able to communicate to each other. Through verbal language in communication, whether it is in written or spoken, humans can express their thoughts and feelings to others to convey their intention and desire. Through the use of language, interaction can be done by people. It is accordant with Coder, as cited in Petria 2012, page 1, who states that language has functioned as communication of thought. Let's move to GAP. Considering the previous studies about multimodal discourse analysis, this research will conduct in different ways. There are several ways in analyze the data use the MDA model. In this research, writer will focus only on using model of Martinek and Salwa. Let's move to the research question and research purpose of my research. The research question is what kind of image-text relation between visual and verbal advertisements? And my research purpose is understanding the image-text relation between visual and verbal mode found in non-commercial advertisement. Let's move to the second main point of my presentation about review of literature. I divided my review into three. The first is multimodal discourse analysis. What is multimodal discourse analysis? Multimodal discourse analysis is an analytical approach in field of multimodality. According to O'Halloran 2004, semiotic resources or modes which produce meaning such as language, visual, image, space, and architecture are being analyzed to find out meaning of multimodal text. Multimodal discourse analysis refers to the analysis of non-commercial advertisement to understand how image and text as semiotic resources relate to each other in making meaning. The second is about image-text relation. According to Martinek and Sawai 2005, image-text relation means that image and text interact to each other in multimodal text. This combination of image and text also creates multimodal text more or less coherence. The third is about non-commercial advertisement. Based on the purpose of the advertisement, according to Percival 1996, page 68, according to Goddard 1998, page 7, and Green in 2012, chapter 1, point out that commercial advertisement is about selling idea that supposes its viewer to do something. For instance, the idea to change habit, the idea to vote, the idea to encourage donation, or the idea to change point of view. In this study, the writer used non-commercial advertisement from public services advertisement to be analyzed. About the previous study, the first previous study was conducted by Elizabeth Adami in 2013. The study was entitled A Social Semiotic Multimodal Analysis Framework for Website Interactivity. The second previous study was conducted by Dezheng Feng in 2012, entitled Representing Emotive Meaning in Visual Images, a Social Semiotic Approach. Moreover, the third previous study was undertaken by Crispin Churlow and Georgia Aiello in 2014. They, in 2014, designed a research entitled National Pride, Global Capital, a social semiotic analysis of transnational visual branding in the airline industry. The study was conducted by Hemmens in 2014, is the fourth previous study, which was entitled Social Semiotics, Additional Meaning of Figure in Marketing Journal. Let's move to the research methodology. How I do the research. I divided into 5 parts. The first is research design, the second is subject of the study, the third is research procedures, the fourth is data collecting technique, and the fifth is data analysis technique. Research design. According to what has been stated in Chapter 1, this study aimed at understanding the image calculation of some advertisement. The writer conducted this research in qualitative approach. As Merriam in 2009, page 13, points out that qualitative researchers are interested in understanding the meaning people have constructed. That is how people make sense of their world and experience they have in the world. In other hand, the writer designed this study as descriptive research. According to Kochari, in 2004, the major purpose of descriptive research is description of the state of affairs as it exists at present. The writer conducted the study for detail, thus the writer was able to present greater explanation and thick description concerning image calculation of the advertisement that were being the state of affairs in the study. Moreover, the writer implemented social semiotics approach into his study in the field study of MDA, or multimodal discourse analysis. And the subject of the study is public services advertisement, the kind of non-commercial advertisement. To determine the subject of the study, the writer applied purpose sampling. Sprinkle and Wallen in 2007, page 100, state that in choosing purposive sampling, the researcher used their judgment to select a sample that they believe, based on prior information, will provide the data they need. And research procedure. First, the writer determined the subject of the study, and the writer was interested in analyzing non-commercial advertisement. And in this case, the writer chose the public services advertisement to be analyzed. The second, the writer analyzed the data. In this step, the data would be analyzed by image recognition of the advertisement. Furthermore, in analyzing the data, the writer took some notes to collect needed data and information about verbal and visual modes of the advertisement. And data collecting technique is the document analysis. The data that the writer used in this study was collected from the random website he browsed. The data was taken from Google and some websites, the quality data can be found in search engine by entering keywords public services advertisement. The writer then chooses 5 advertisements from the website based on criteria that was elaborated in the previous section. And next, about data analysis technique. The first step that the writer did in the study was analyzing the data. In doing so, the writer used image relation theory as a tool to obtain the data about the relation between image and text. This theory was adapted from the work of Martinek and Salwai in 2005 to analyze both relative status and logico-semantic relation of the advertisement. The tool was used by analyzing the image and the text mode of the advertisement. Then the obtained data was interpreted as detailed as possible. The detailed interpretation was used in order to give the reader greater description and explanation about how the image relations were represented. Okay, I think it's the end of my presentation today. Thank you for your good participation and nice attention. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.